Welcome to the Shakaama Live Show with your host, Shakaama. As promised by President Trump, the JFK files have been released unredacted. I will provide a link for you so that you can go read them yourself. So I have a degree in politics, among other things. We did not study this for whatever reason, and I guess there was really nothing to study per se, because the files were not available, the reports were not available. So I would be learning this along with you. Now, my opinion is that this should have been released 5 years afterwards. We should have had all of this information available to us as a public. And for those who say, oh no, it should not have been released, this is the United States of America. The whole point of the United States is that not only free speech, but open and transparency. We have really come a really long way from that. Open and transparent. The communist takeover of the Democratic Party has really, inch by inch, made it the normality that you have that sort of society, a communist society, where the people in control are in control. That is not the United States. There are those of us, and probably the majority of you listening, who will remember that that is not us. We are not communists. We're not socialist. And it is taking this president, and surprisingly, Obama did the same thing. Oh my God. How dare you say that? Yes, Obama did the same exact thing. Obama actually created a Doge himself. Go look it up. Obama created a Doge himself. And not only that, Biden also spoke about the same exact thing. Open and obvious transparency and an investigation into the government. Now, you might say, well, they're just talking. Okay, they're just talking, but why wouldn't they make that point then, but be completely against it today? Even Hillary Clinton, same thing. All of them. The window of how far left they have all moved, and I don't believe they've actually moved. Not for a second. And for, surprisingly enough, Trump is not a Republican. As much as people want to gnash their teeth and pull their hair out, he is not a Republican. He is not conservative. He is a normal person. A normal person has normal views. He has normal views. But the left, or the Democratic Party, has moved so far left. This is why I brought up communism. That they now see normal people as being conservative or right or to the right. I was very shocked when one of the newspapers actually put out that one of the parties in Germany were centrist right. I was like, well, I guess the planet is healing, because the normal parlance or the normal way of these media to speak is that they call it the far right. No, they're centrist. And Trump is a popularist. He's literally straight dab in the middle about most things. He is pro-life. That is a normal thing. The normal, average, everyday American is pro-life. The normal, average, everyday American is fairly conservative. Because of the influence of the Communist Party inside of the Democratic Party, we have moved away from pull yourself off and put on your bootstraps. Whatever the saying is. You all can leave me a comment. Tell me what the saying is. Which was the saying of the Republican Party. So when the Emancipation Proclamation happened and abolished slavery for black and white people, I know the narrative says that only black people were slaves, but that is not true. It was for everybody. Black, Native American, white people, and I guess Asians too. Their motto was pull yourself up by your own bootstraps. They were not going to give anything to anybody, but they would be allowed to be free in every sense of the word. Free to negotiate their own contracts by themselves on their own terms without any sort of laws against it. A lot of the things that people don't want to talk about is that there were laws against freedom, not just for black people, but for white people too. I know this probably will get demonetized or something like that, but there were laws against white people helping quote unquote black people. And why do I say quote unquote black people? Because you're holding on to your hat. Are you sitting down? There were laws that declared Native Americans to be black. Now, Shakaama, how would that work out? I thought Native Americans are from the Mongoloid Asian race. That's if you only look at that particular ethnicity. 60% of the people that we call black in the United States of America are actually Native American. So when the Emancipation Proclamation happened, they rescinded slavery, but they did not rescind the laws declaring Native Americans to be black. It also did a bunch of other things. When they started making treaties for Native Americans, quote unquote, black people were not a part of it. But what you can do today is go research your history, because I know 70% of you are from single mothers who do not know anything about the family history, don't even know their grandparents. So for all of you who are in that sort of situation, go and research your heredity and go see if you are actually Native American. They will accept you. Well, they have to by law, I believe, or by the rules of their tribes. And get yourself declared Native American, and then go get you some Native American money. Yes, 60% of you. It's a staggering number. What does this have to do with JFK? It's talking about how far we've been removed as a free and open and transparent society. It should not have been 60 years for this to be kept secret. An event so monumental that people said, I remember where I was when it happened. I remember where I was when they declared this on the news. It was so earth-shattering that basically the planet stopped. Now, I've read a little bit of it, and it's eye-opening that they really have a lot of information in the report. They have stuff in there that, of course, you've never even heard about. And, of course, they have information talking about peripheral people who were not even involved in the thing, also being, quote unquote, redacted or removed because they suspected certain people of doing certain things. You have to go read it. I will put the link in the first comment on YouTube. So if you ever see this video somewhere else, you can come to the Shakaama channel and see this video there. All right. I just wanted to get that information out to you all. And I wanted to get all of that information out to you all. I already know I'm Native American. I met my great-grandfather, full-blooded Indian. Native American, whatever you want to call it. And our family wanted to distance themselves from him. I don't know why. I don't know what that's about. And when I said that I was going to go to get myself declared Native American, they came out the woodworks against me. I don't know what that's about. And I said I was going to move on to a reservation. They were like, because I know how to push people's buttons, but I didn't even know that was a button. I don't know what that's about. If there are any black people out there who can, or white people, I guess, who can tell me why would there be such a pushback against me? I guess they would then come after the rest of the family and say, well, if he's Native American, all the rest of you who came before him are definitely Native American. This is also why I look the way I look. I do not look West African, if you know what I'm talking about. I do not have huge lips. I don't have a huge nose. When I lose weight, I have high cheekbones and I look Asiatic. Down. And then when I grow my hair out, yeah, they're like, you are one strange looking black fella. All right. Thank you all so much. And I'll get that to you. Subscribe, and share this video. You want to get this out there so that everybody can see the link, right? All right. Thank you.